Well, Gaffer, it's back to the Checkatrade Trophy Quarter-Final away at Portsmouth. How difficult a challenge does this present?
Well, it will on the M25 about 6 o'clock tonight. That'll present a challenge. Listen, it is what it is. It's sandwiched in our game against Luton that we've just come out of in Charlton. So I made it clear to the chairman prior to Chelsea that given where the next round lay, then the team or what we do would reflect that. And he was supportive as he is. And then you're moving on. Whatever Kenny decides to do down at Portsmouth, he decides to do. It's got no interest to me. We'll see it when the team sheets get exchanged, and then we'll prepare for the game. But we'd like to win. We're making a long journey down to Portsmouth. We'd like to progress, of course. But we'll see where that goes.
Yeah, I know you made mind up in terms of team selection ahead of Saturday's game, but the fact you played with 10 men for 70 minutes doesn't exactly give you any indication that any of those were going to be involved anyway. No,
very much so. You know, we'll train in this afternoon, which is always part of the plan. On a Monday we tend to be in later. The staff are in, but the boys come in a little bit later. So we'll train this afternoon. A group will train, a group will play a little game, and then we'll see where we go. Really, all the boys have come prepared to travel, like they've done in previous games. Some have travelled, some are not. The chances are that we'll leave a number of them at home, and they'll train here tomorrow. But we'll chat to the players and see where it goes.
Yeah, and I guess you've got a couple of players who can't play anyway because they're ineligible from the competition, Carl Dempsey being one of them, so they'll have a clear week ready for a big game on Saturday.
Yeah, we got Kyle, we got suspensions, you know, we really, I think, 2 cautions. Tafazoli, of course, from the weekend. We're waiting on that formal confirmation coming through from the FA, but we understand, similar to Danny Hilton earlier in the tournament, he's out. But, you know, we'll put a team out there with Posh shots. The minute you wear the badge, then you have to be proud enough to go out and put a disciplined and strong performance in. And not only labour on Saturday, because Saturday was what it was, but I thought the boys worked ever so hard. 10 men on a pitch that's terrible, and that's not an excuse because Luton played on it, so there's no excuse there. But it was an extremely physically tough afternoon.
Yeah. Ryan Tafazoli, without going into the details of the sending off, are you appealing? Have you appealed?
Yeah, the appeal's gone in. Listen, I think there was people in here yesterday who didn't even think it was a foul. I sent it to 2 separate managers, one in the Championship, one also in League One. Just sent them the clip of it, and we're always honest with each other. That's how we judge these things. And they both questioned even a yellow, never mind a straight red. But we've sent an appeal to the Football Association, and we'll see if we get a film for your hearing.
And hopefully, if that appeal is successful, fantastic news. If he's not, I guess Rhys Bennett has got to play himself back into the team. Well,
very much so. We got options. Naismith can play very comfortably in there. Some would argue it's Jason's best position. We get young Ben White, didn't have a great day on Saturday, but he's learning. He'll learn more from that one game than he will probably for the rest of them. He still played some good play as well. So yeah, we're not. You know, if Tafazoli's out because the Football Association decide to tick the box because it's a Premier League referee, then let them tick the box. I don't think any Football League referee would have sent Tafazoli off. And I think there was influences when you see the reaction of the players at Luton and the supporters. But that's what happens around the country. Ours would be the same. But it's interesting. The physio didn't even come onto the pitch. But there we go.
50 games up as manager of Peterborough United at the weekend. Not how you wanted to celebrate, of course, but I think you look back in the local paper and gave your assessment of those 50 games, and you always want more, don't you? Frustrating,
very frustrated. We could have won a lot more games, either through individual errors or through an ability to take a chance, or been unlucky, or some poor decisions. We've had a lot of them. I think there's a lot of levelling up to come. In all seriousness, if I'd been one game as manager of Peterborough, it would have been a proud day. To do 50 and still being the top 6 and fighting on the Checkatrade front and being frustrated tells you that you're moving in the right direction.